with respects to the content that comes from like red pill sort of creators, whether it's books, blogs, or videos, is there anything, or are there things that you disagree with? Are there things that you think that they get wrong that are potentially damaging that they should revisit?
No, I think that the main danger is it's like a half truth. It's like a little knowledge is a dangerous thing.
Mhm.
A lot of the red pill guys are telling a version of the truth, and they have facts to back it up. But I think the tone and the goal there is just to fan the flames of male anger. So I think it's really about the intention and the tone versus the facts or the content.
Mhm.
A lot of that content is, and here's the other thing. It's like you can tell people even really difficult truths, really painful things if you do it with the right tone. But what I have found, and maybe it's a persona that they're putting on, because I haven't met a lot of these guys personally. I don't know. But there's this almost like over aggressive machismo to a lot of the red pill content creators
Mhm.
that I think is kind of an act. And I
Mhm.
think is people just, especially women, they just hear the tone and they're not willing to listen anymore. And I don't really see the point of that, especially if a lot of red pill commentators are talking about how women are this and women are that. Well, yeah, women aren't perfect, neither are guys. And if you actually want women to listen, you got to talk in a way that they're going to be willing to hear. Otherwise, they're just going to shut down, and you're going to get preaching to your own little echo chamber of
Mhm.
howling angry men.
Do you think that women listen to this stuff?
I think if you talk to them in the right way, they might. I don't think that they're on your channel. I think they used to start your videos with my brothers and sisters. You
Mhm.
haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, I noticed that most of my views came from men, so I dropped
Sure.
brothers and sisters sort of thing. And the other thing I noticed too is that when women watch the content, they either, I mean, they usually do it from a place of, um, you know how they say that men peak in their mid to late 30s on the sexual marketplace and women peak in their early 20s? Um, I don't generally have 23-year-old women watching my content or calling into my shows. When they do, they tend to be late 30s, early 40s, maybe even 50s, sort of thing. And they're trying to square away their past and find, maybe there's a part where they're looking for some answers, but they're also trying to find a connection with a strong, virtuous male, I think, because they're tired of dealing with soft, weaker men, sort of thing. And I guess the point of all that is it seems like women only want to hear this message. Like they'll listen to it, but I don't think they hear it until they're, I mean, I hate to use the term past their expiry date, but until they're older, like until they're no longer in their prime. Because I think at their prime, it doesn't matter to them. If you're 23-year-old and even if you're average looking, you're still hot. Guys will give you lots of attention. All you have to do is have an Instagram, with some generous, photography with the right angle and lighting, and you too will also be popular. And it's something that men don't have the opportunity to benefit from, especially in their 20s. Like nobody really pays attention to a 23-year-old guy if he's posting an
No,
Instagram shot. But if a gal does it, it's, there's a lot of attention put on that. So it seems like they don't hear it until they get older. What's your take on that?
I think there's some truth to that. Just like some guys don't come to it or really hear it until they've suffered some sort of rejection or setback.
Mhm.
Maybe it takes the equivalent of that for women to be able to open up to the idea that maybe some of the beliefs under which they are operating are not ultimately going to get them what they want. I think that's fair. I
Mhm.
think men do the same thing, but it comes from a different angle. And you're absolutely right. It's very, very difficult to be a young man. Like a 20-year-old man is basically useless.
Yeah.
Like men don't want him because he has no skills or experience. How is he going to benefit the team? Women don't want him because he's got nothing to give them unless he's, 6'3" and he's really cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very, very difficult to be a young man. People will step over you on the street. You're functionally invisible.
Yeah.
And you get to earn your visibility by creating something of value, by becoming a person of value.
Mhm.
And that's how you become visible to your fellow man. And that's how you become visible to women as a potential sexual mate.
Mhm.
Now, but what I'm talking about, let me talk just a little
Yeah.
bit more here, Rich, about this idea. So I think it has a lot to do with tone and how you approach the idea. So let's take the example of hypergamy. So you can approach hypergamy from a couple of different angles. There are guys, and some red pill comment some red pill content creators, they frame hypergamy as women are just gold diggers. All they care about is a man's resources, and they're just out to get what they can from you. And if you have no money, you got no honey. And there's a little truth to that, right? But you can also look at it from another angle, which is, hey, ladies, I get it. You're just trying to get the best possible option that you can have. And like, men also want to get the best possible option that they can have. And the way that women conceptualize what is the best possible option for them, also through the lens of their own biology, which has to do with the fact that, they're generally smaller, they're weaker, they're especially vulnerable during childbirth. It makes sense that they would want a devoted man of some resources to take care of her and her children. So, like, yeah, she wants the best that she can get. Don't you, dude? Don't you want the best that you can get? And it's like, oh, okay, that kind of makes a little bit of sense. Like, I think you can talk about hypergamy in a way that doesn't make women feel like they're just materialistic gold diggers, and make men either furious or hopeless over the prospect of ever attracting a high quality woman.
I really hope you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full length podcast, you can find that over here, that clip's from. If you're newer to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe over here, and pin down below in the top comment, you'll find a bunch of useful links to my website, my supplement line, books, and a bunch of other stuff. Have an amazing day. Peace out.